Hey everybody, welcome back to Podcast The Sequel, where we discuss the good, the bad, and the continued. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Normally we discuss sequels, which we're technically kind of talking about a quill, if you will. We're going to be just reviewing a really quick review of the movie Wicked that just came out. We all just saw it together, so we thought we'd just do a 10-minute spot here just to kind of discuss our view. So just to kick it off, I know myself, Munir and Ryan have seen Wicked on stage, and Joseph was the only one that kind of went into this a little more blind, I guess. So I kind of wanted to get your just initial thoughts based on...
musicals are usually hit or miss for me, but I could absolutely say I loved this movie. I had a great time with it. I felt like it was spectacular. I felt I was back in Oz. Like I watched Wizard of Oz the first time. I just felt that feeling. I love the music. I love the cast. I love the set designs, the music effects, the music in itself, the choreography, all that stuff. It just worked for me in the third act of that film. Chills. And that's wild for me to probably say, but I had chills during that third act. So I loved it. I had a great time with the $185 million budget, and you could feel like they put every single penny into this film. So I loved it. The movie's already made over $100 million, so it's going to destroy whatever predictions they already had for it. So yeah, I'm excited for the second one. I'll be there opening night because I love this film. I have it right now as my third favorite movie of the year, behind Dune 2 and Long Legs. I have it at number 3.
Is Long Legs number 1?
No, it's number 2. Dune is number 1.
Of course, yes. Dune is number 1. But, and then I kind of want to get... So I know that for me, I grew up in theater and I love musicals, but I know, Ryan, you're not huge into musicals, so I kind of wanted to get your thoughts on this as well.
I mean, I'm not huge into musicals, but I did have a good time with this. I can appreciate the craft or the art form, if you will. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed like the choreography. I thought that was I think everyone really performed very well, because I would notice people in the background more so than what's happening in the foreground. Mm-hmm. And I really enjoyed it. I thought that everyone pretty much did a really good job with their vocals and everything like that as well. It's definitely different than like being in The Wizard of Oz, but it's in a good way. I think that they did a pretty decent job of it. It's my take.
Munir?
I was very excited when they first announced they were doing a Wicked movie. I remember it was originally supposed to be released in 2016, but a lot of issues and stuff happened, and then it got delayed and whatever happened. I'm very glad they took their time to get the cast right, the production, the director, and everything. I had a really good time watching it that I have not been able to shut up about it in the last 24-ish hours since we've seen it.
Facts.
I really loved it. I was very skeptical at first with ArianaGrande being cast in it, because I feel like she's pretty much, she's a celebrity, she's big, she's popular. Everyone else is not that well known like her, so I was like, I feel like she's just going to steal the limelight from everyone else. But she did a phenomenal job as Glinda. I honestly really enjoyed it. I don't think I can wait a year to watch part 2. But I'm going to have to. I had a great time. I want to go back and watch it again.
I loved it. I thought it was great. I felt like minor geekish in the theater watching it, just as like someone from a theater background as well. I found myself kind of more so focused on like the set design. Like I know both of you mentioned the choreography, which like I think I personally geeked out more over like choreography than anything else, because to me the music was pretty much on par with like the original Broadway cast. Mm-hmm. And then you kind of get, not to like give any spoilers I guess, but like you kind of get some glimpses of that, and they kind of hint to a lot of the Broadway, if you will. Mm-hmm. So it's really nice. I mean, I thought overall it was a great movie. I enjoy it. I would love to see it again. I think I didn't hear anybody singing in the theater. I think that was my biggest like worry seeing it. I know you did. I think you said you heard somebody too, but
I didn't hear anyone singing.
It was me.
I didn't hear anyone singing. I really did not want to hear everyone else singing. Like, I sang along to some of the songs, but I sang it very quietly to myself, that I didn't want to bother anyone else's like viewing experience. But I was actually pretty surprised that it was very quiet in the theater. Like, I figured everyone would just be like clapping after every song or anything, but I think the people that we watched it with, like in the audience in the theater, it was pretty good. They
Yeah.
were pretty good. They were a good
I
audience.
feel like I'm not, and I think I discussed this with Ryan earlier, where I'm not 100%, and I kind of wanted to look up. I should have looked it up before we started this, but is it John H. Chu? John Chu
John Chu.
is the director, and I feel like he might have directed Into the Heights, the movie version.
He did.
Okay, yeah, I was
He
like,
did
I
Into
feel
the
like he did.
Heights.
So that makes a lot of sense, knowing like the vision and just kind of a lot of the directing choices that were taken. Because I mean, it was I feel like there were similar aspects that were in Into the Heights as well.
Yeah.
And so
I like the one thing, I watched an interview that he did that I like, that he didn't want to use a lot of CGI in the movie, so he built a lot of the set. But he had a lot of the set built, like the train itself was a train that they built, like a steam train or whatever the hell it was that they built for it. I think the only CGI they use is probably the flying monkeys.
yeah, it was like probably all the animals
Yeah,
for sure.
but most of the things, like they were actually like built set designs and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, they did. I mean, they did a gorgeous job, I think, creating a lot of
Shiz
like,
and
yeah. And
everything,
you are really transported into this world that's been created. So I really think that they did a phenomenal job of like taking you to this place that, you know, we all wanted to visit again. So I don't know. Overall, I think a really good job. I think my little like stealer spot from this movie, I think, is Jonathan Bailey as Fiyero. I love his song. I think that's my favorite song through the movie, Dancing Through Life. I think he just did a great job performing, singing, dancing. I think all of the different angles throughout that scene, all of the choreography is great. Just certain choices that were made in terms of, you know, you kind of get a glimpse of every single character, including the side characters during that scene.
Yeah.
So I just think it's a very good choice. You know, it was a good show for the whole thing. So I would give that number as my favorite song dance number. So I don't know if you guys want to give yours, and then we'll wrap it up really quick. Just quick spot.
Defying Gravity is my favorite song. However, I did really love Jonathan Bailey's Dancing Through Life. I like Dancing Through Life, but it's not my favorite one in the musical soundtrack. I prefer Jonathan Bailey's rendition over the musical. And I think I'm going to go with Dancing Through Life because it was so good. It was so good. Like, that's
Yeah,
the one
it's
song
great.
I've been playing from that soundtrack.
Oh,
from
yeah.
the movie soundtrack nonstop. I'm so sorry, Joseph, that you've heard it already like 20 times already
Oh,
today.
it's so
No,
good.
it's fun. I liked it. That's probably
Yeah.
my second favorite of the film. My favorite is Defying Gravity, just because, like, you've shown me the play version. That's the only thing I've seen from the play is that part. But seeing it in the movie form with like all the pieces and like the grand scale of it, obviously with the CGI, and
It just means more.
it means more. It was more impactful to me.
Yeah.
And so I loved Defying Gravity.
Yeah, obviously that one is like the banger of the musical. Dancing Through Life is really good. I enjoyed the movement that they captured with that. A lot of like his like not contortionist bending, but like definitely
There's like a lot of different angles in the way that
and like
yeah.
the
It's very
people in the background.
flexible.
Well, that and they have like the clocks
Exactly,
moving,
with
like
the-
so it
with
kind
the
of
library
Sick.
bookshelf moving around. Something that was stuck in my head though for some reason, I have no idea why, was One Short Day and
in the Emerald
Oh,
City?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good
just
one.
that
Good.
part is very catchy.
Yeah.
And then I think that Ariana Grande did a very good impression of what's her name, Kristen.
oh, Kristen
Kristen
Chenoweth.
Chenoweth.
Yeah, like I feel like that was good, and her version of Popular was she got that.
See, and I don't
are-
know if I don't think she's doing a impression per se.
There's a little bit there.
I mean,
think
like
she
there's
did a
little
little
like
bit.
I think there's like a little nod, but I mean, like I think we talked about it a little bit this morning, where like that, like I mean, this character is supposed to be kind of like upbeat, perky, and like even like the scale that the song is sung in is very, you know, kind of more upbeat.
She hit the R's on it nice.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was very to form.
I
It's very
agree with-
operatic
yeah.
at points too.
I can see the certain notes that she did to Kristen Chenoweth, like in the certain things that she sings, in the songs that she sings, in the way Kristen Chenoweth sings it. Because I did the same thing this morning. I re-listened to Kristen Chenoweth, and then I listened to Ariana Grande's Popular. Similar, and I can see the little same
Yeah,
amount
but I think she kind of
musical
gave her
person,
own little.
range.
No, yeah, she
and
definitely
Yeah.
gave her
She
own,
gave her
but
own, like,
she
little
was also still
spin
trying
to
to
it.
be
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
She did like a nice little flair, so I really appreciated her for doing what she did. I think she was cast perfectly in this role. I know that me and you have discussed a lot of like the other options for Elphaba, as well as, you know, or maybe not Elphaba.
I actually don't know anyone else besides her.
I thought there was one other one, but I know I was like, we definitely talked about, you know, Glinda and Fiyero, which like any of the Fiyero choices I thought were like a no-go.
Yeah.
Like Joe Jonas, Nick Jonas.
I still love the Jonas
Shawn
Brothers.
Mendes.
We appreciate them, just like I feel like that's not that role at all.
No,
I feel like they could
Jonathan
not
Bailey.
fulfill it. I feel like he
love
embodies.
him.
I feel like he perfectly embodied that
I
role.
loved him in Bridgerton. I love him even more now.
See, I didn't even really like him in Bridgerton, but I thought
loved
he was
Anthony Bridgerton.
great in this.
I loved him in Bridgerton.
Yeah, thought he was
Might be
great.
my favorite Bridgerton.
Ooh, that's a big
Didn't even know
taller.
he was in Bridgerton.
I totally forgot. I
I'm
was like, which one?
This
was
is
he?
news to me right now. What you guys are saying, I'm like, oh, fuck.
We
he's
watched
Season
older.
every
two,
single
Bridgerton,
season,
the oldest
but-
He
Bridgerton.
hasn't seen season 2.
Oh yeah, I skipped seasons. I've seen
Oh.
what, 1 and 4.
1
Yeah.
and 3.
Oh, 1 and 3. Yeah,
One and
I
three.
don't.
We watched it. I totally didn't even.
He was
put
the.
those
It
together.
was
the
season
oldest
2.
one.
He's the oldest Bridgerton. The second season was about him. It was him, and he.
Kate Sharma? Kate Sharma?
Yeah.
Miss Sharma. I think Kate might be Miss Sharma.
He was dating the sister, or he was courting the sister, but then ended up with the older sister. Kind of.
Yeah, yeah.
You remember? Okay,
Yeah,
that's him. Same guy.
I didn't put it
Same
together
guy.
at all.
Anyway, but yeah. Do you guys have any other thoughts? Do you want to speak on anything else?
No, go see it. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We recommend highly.
I highly recommend.
I don't think we don't really need a rating for this one. I think we're just gonna keep it kind of cash, right? We're gonna give our recommendation.
Yeah.
Go see it in theaters now, and please like, subscribe, and watch for more. Thanks so much.